Hey, how's everybody? How you doing? You doing good? You happy? You're happy. We're eating. Miles made some pancakes from scratch, right? Did you have pancake mix?
No,
That's what I thought. She made it from scratch. Where'd you make them from? Flour and water and egg?
flour, egg, water. I put some sugar already, but not too
Yeah.
much. And butter.
Yeah, Miles basically makes everything from scratch, man. Which is a good thing. Because they put MSG in everything in this country. Everything. Not bad. Well, hopefully everybody's had a good day. So far, our day's been what? Pretty uneventful. It's one of them watching the paint peel from the wall days. But I did try earlier. Excuse me. We have two ATMs here. One is at the municipality building, and the other one is at a bank. I went to the municipality because that's the one I always go to, and I can get up to 10,000 per transaction. Well, that's offline, no money. So I walked to the bank one. Okay, this is what 9:30. It was open at 9. I got there. Nah, it was going on 10. Going on 10 o'clock. It's offline, no money. And I asked the guard. I said, "It's at a bank. Why don't they just fill it up?" And he was like, "I'm telling you, man, you will all learn real fast. There is no such thing as customer service in the Philippines. Zero. Zero. Okay? It's life. Accept it. Move on. You were here so many times. Sorry, sir, out of stock. You will hear that so many times. But you just gotta get used to it. They ain't gonna change, man. Alright? They ain't gonna change. Prime example. One in the McDonald's one time. A hamburger restaurant. What was this in St. Nicholas? St. Nicholas?
Mm.
Okay, across the street from Wallace's place, McDonald's there. Went in there, said, "Yeah, I want to get a quarter pounder with cheese." "Sorry, sir, out of stock." I was like, "What?" They had no hamburgers. The only thing they had was spaghetti and chicken. But when I looked off to my left side, you seen a little huddle of employees sitting there texting on the phone. That's the important thing in this country: texting and Facebook. You'll learn that real fast too. I've gotten used to it, but at times it gets frustrating, man. You know, when you want to get something done, or you want something, you know that's what you need, then sorry, sir, out of stock. I mean, it's like, where did your manager go to school at? You know, because I know other countries, the managers got to go to school. They just don't fall well unless they've been working there for like 100 years. They go to school. I mean, the same thing happens with banks here, man. You go into a bank, you'll see half the tellers on their phones texting or Facebooking, or when they're with you and they ask you to sign a piece of paper, as soon as you put that pen in your hand, they lifting that phone up texting or Facebooking somebody. And you're like, really? But see, what can you do when you look over to your right and you see the manager sitting at his desk doing the same exact freaking thing, texting or Facebook? It's just that the priorities, man, the priorities. It's just frustrating. You know, there's a gentleman here that Philippine Philippine American, I guess you could say, lived in the United States for over 30 years, and he even says, no wonder why this country is the same way as when I left. He goes, people just they let people walk all over their asses. You know, you got my observation. is you got two different types of people. You got your average Philippine, which is very passive, very gentle, very kind people, really great people. And then you have your aggressive ones. And there are a few of them, but they're aggressive. Usually they're the ones that are taller than your average Philippine, okay? And it's a man, okay? It's a male. It's very rarely a female. And I have ran across a couple of them where they think they can have authority over you because he's a couple inches taller. I've seen that. Right? There's somebody comes to mind, but I don't even want to talk about it, you know. But that's just the way they are. You got your passive ones, which is like 95% of the Philippine people, and then you got your aggressive ones that, like I said, they might be a couple inches taller than the rest of them, and they think they're like the strongest one there, and they're the smartest ones there. But usually they're about as stupid as they come, okay? Because they're the type, okay? They're the type when they walk into a room, they think they're the smartest person there, and you'll see that. You know, and you learn to, you know, whatever. Let the Philippine people deal with them because it's not my problem. You know, and a lot of times the Philippine people just, they know he's full of shit, okay, but they don't, your average Philippine person does not like confrontations. They don't want to fight, they don't want to argue. That's why and another thing is, that small 5-6% of the arrogant ones, they have a thing that's called saving face here. In other words, if you have two Philippine people talking, and the one guy knows the other guy is just so full of shit, he won't say nothing though. He won't say nothing. He'll just whatever, okay? Because he doesn't want to put shame or embarrassment on the other guy. Now the arrogant ones here know this, okay? They know, and they ride it for everything it's worth, okay? Most of the time, they're compulsive liars, okay? They lie about everything. Like I said, the 5%. They lie about everything, okay? Because they're the greatest thing in the world, and they're smarter than you because they think they're smarter than you. But like I said, 95 to 98% of the Philippine people are very kind, honest people. You got that maybe 5% that you couldn't trust them as far as you could throw them. Just let me say that much. And I think that's why. Nah, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to I'm not going to put myself in a corner. But like I said, the Philippine people will tolerate a lot. They tolerate a lot more than what your average person in any other country tolerates. Am I wrong? They're in other words, the average person anywhere else in the world, their tolerance level is here, okay? But your average Philippine citizen, their tolerance level is all the way up here. In other words, they'll put up with a lot of bullshit, but they will, and they don't say nothing. Just like I said, it's just my opinion from what I observed. But that you'll learn real fast, man. Those words, sorry sir, out of stock, oh, that just gets under your skin. That gets real under your skin real fast. And then, like I said, you see the manager not doing shit or texting on his phone, that pisses you off. But you can't say anything, okay? Because if you speak louder or speak fast, well, if you speak fast in English, they ain't gonna have no idea what the hell you're saying, okay? But if you speak louder and you start getting like excited body movements, that's not good, man. That's not good. You don't want to do that here. You do not want to do that here. Because you might end up getting your ass kicked by maybe 4 or 5 Filipinos. Because they do look out for each other, which I do respect. I respect the hell out of that. They look out for each other. Unlike like the country I come from, where even family members will stab each other in the back. Here they look out for each other. Even if they're non-family members. But it's weird though. You know, you gotta watch what you say, okay? You gotta watch what you say, because you might be talking to somebody and you might say, I'll just make up a name, Billy Bob. Alright, you might say, this guy Billy Bob is the biggest piece of shit I ever met in my life. You can't say that, and I'll tell you why. Because the guy you're talking to is probably related to Billy Bob in one way or another, through marriage, through whatever. It could be related, and then you open up a can of worms you can't handle. You know, you just got to keep your mouth shut. If you don't like Billy Bob, you don't play with Billy Bob. You just stay away from Billy Bob. You know, and I respect that too, man. They're 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 very tight knit people, man. Very tight. They look out for each other. Now, that small percentage screws everybody over. They don't care because you know they're the smartest guy in the room, or the smartest person in the room, and they know everything. Even though if they're not working and they're living off of other people, they're still the smartest guy in the world and they're the strongest guy there. So you just gotta watch yourself, man. You gotta watch what you say around here. Just keep your mouth shut. You can have all them conversations in your head, but you can't voice your opinion. Because like I said, that guy you're talking about might be related to him. And like I said, as far as they're concerned, okay, say you got a couple, two Philippine couples, they get married, alright? The guy, say his in-laws, his mother's father-in-laws, and her family, they automatically become like related to them. I don't know, you know, it's not like the States when you just deal with your son-in-law or daughter-in-law, you deal with the whole family, okay? So that's when they say, oh, that's my cousin. Well, it might be that it's your wife's cousin, you know what I'm saying? But they don't look at it that way. They act like blood cousin, not marriage cousin. Hope I didn't lose you. So you just watch what you say, man, because everybody knows everybody here, right? Everybody knows everybody here. And I've seen Miles, she'll be walking down the street, okay, and she'll talk to somebody like blah, 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 blah. I'm not saying she ain't talking about anything, but she is, but she's speaking at all kind of course, and I just stand there like, okay, all right? And I'll say, hey, and she'll talk to this person for 5-10 minutes. Then I'll ask her, you know that person? No. You know? It's just the way they are. They're very friendly towards each other. They're friendly towards foreigners too. I mean, I think their fear is, but what's holding them back is because which I don't understand this, okay? They're ashamed, is that a white word, or embarrassed because they can't speak English. You know? And they want to talk to you, but they're like, well, I can't speak English, and then they avoid you if they can't speak English. Because most of them do start understand English if you talk slow. You know, you don't have the same type of conversation you would have with another, say, American. Okay, you have to slow down your talking. But if you're ever at a party and there's only 2 Americans there, and you want to talk some shit to people about people there, talk real fast to each other. They have no idea what you're saying. Right? She's sitting like that. She knows I'm just talking shit, right? But they are. I'm being honest, man. Your average Philippine, 95, 98% of you are very kind, giving people. You got that small percentages of assholes, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna run into them assholes, and then you're gonna say Philippine people are assholes because you're judging the actions of one, you're judging all. You know what I mean? Everybody does it, but then you're like, especially when you first get here, man. If you're around a bunch of lying, stealing people, you start thinking, man, all these Filipinos, man, the most dishonest people I ever met in my life. The lying and stealing really doesn't happen. Well, it hasn't happened to us here in Barao. You know? You got anything to say? You think I'm right about the 98%, probably 98% is the most honest people you want to meet? It's that small percentage of a bunch of assholes?
Yeah, that is your...
Well, you got that in the States too, but in the States it's a much larger number.
That is your...
Opinion?
Opinion.
It's just life, man. You know? A lot of people come here thinking they're going to be riding the unicorn on that rainbow, And within a period of time, they're like, oh shit, oh hell no. Philippines is a nice place to retire. You know, it's doable as far as your income. Now, you also have to make a few, like we have, make a few adjustments on the way as you're learning. You know, as far as money, you make adjustments. You know, it's not. But if you come here with a champagne diet on a beer budget, you ain't gonna freaking make it, man. You out chasing these 20-year-old girls. You gotta remember, man, 20-year-old girl, the princess buy me shit. You know, buy me this, buy me that, buy me this. Oh, and it's nah. That I'm gonna watch what I say, man, because I don't want to. I want more videos. All right. Hey, I think I said enough, man. It's going on 16 minutes. You all be good to yourself. Be good to each other, man. You gonna smile? Smile's not feeling good today. How's your arm? It's okay today?
Nè, rumor ka.
Alright, you be good to yourself, be good to each other. Don't stress the small stuff. And maybe I'll see you if you ever come to the Philippines. Bye for now. You wanna say bye?